So today I am going to try and make a sun visor for my Atomos Ninja Inferno. We've been kind of struggling. We were at the track. We couldn't really see what was on the screen. I was looking at the sun visors on the internet and they're like 150 bucks. So I was like, you know what, let me see if I can make a temporary one until I get some money together and, you know, I can go out and afford to buy the really nice one. Right now I just need something that'll hold us over in the time being. So I went and I bought some foam board, an Exacto Knife, Velcro, and some double adhesive corner plastic, which they sell at like Lowe's or Home Depot. This is like $2. I mean, in total, I probably have like 10 bucks into this whole thing. The Velcro is probably the most expensive, or the Exacto Knife, I'm not even sure. Actually, I have the receipt right here. I'll run you guys through the prices. The foam board was $4.20. There was a 40% off coupon that was on their website at Michael's, so it was $2.80 off. The Velcro was $3.99, and it looks like the Exacto Knife was the most expensive, which was $7.50. But I bought it since it has another blade right there, and I also needed to cut vinyl and stuff. Anyways, our other one broke. This was also $2 at Lowe's. It wasn't very expensive. It's got double-sided adhesive on both sides, like inside and outside, so that way we don't need to use Elmer's glue or anything like that like I had previously planned. But we'll see what happens as it goes. This thing looks like I could probably cut it with just some scissors or something. So anyways, my idea was to cut two boards, one on top, one on the bottom, cut out a little spot for my finger to fit through to push the buttons, two spots on the top cut out for the fans, and then have two sides on the edges. And I'm going to hold it all together with the angled plastic. So, I mean, if you see this video, it worked. If you don't see this video, well, you didn't see this video because it sucked. So, let's get to it. So, right off jump, I'm going to trace this, and I'm going to use the angled plastic. You can see that I already traced it on here, but basically I was using the angled plastic to make an outline around it, just a hair bigger than the Atomos. I had fully traced it with a pencil. I went down like this, and then I made the edge, which was like this, just slightly bigger than this, so that way I can sit it on top of it and kind of pressure it together. I think as long as it's within reason or close, we can trim it a little bit later. Now, because I'm not 100% sure where it needs to go, but I'm just trying. So after this, I need to make the side plates too. But I guess let me cut this real quick. So I'm using our actual vinyl cutting ruler to cut this. And I'm just going to press the Exacto Knife all the way through it. This ruler has rubber on the bottom, so it kind of maintains a non-slip. I'm also cutting on a cutting board, so I don't damage the table. And 2 passes should be good enough to get all the way through everything. Perfect. So for the height of this thing, I'm not really sure how deep I want to make this, but I think I'm going to do about just like 60% of the width of the Atomos. So from here to here, which is about the same size that I had pre-traced, literally the 5 inches. That way I'll just make a square out of it and kind of go from there. So I'm going to trace this the same exact way. I'm just going to follow this down the edge. That way I'm not wasting board and I can use just kind of the edge of it. Right off the edge, and then the width. Remember, again, just slightly bigger. And once I cut this, I'm just going to trace this and make another one. Let me move this onto the board a little bit. Oh, it came right off. Move the board down a little bit. And then I'm just going to retrace this so I have a second end. Perfect. The Atomos is 1.5 inches in depth, right there, 1.5 all the way across it, and this is 1 inch right here in, so it's about 1 inch coming in, so we're going to measure it out on the board. We got 1.5 right here, and I marked it already. Which is right there. 1.5, perfect, right there. And then we're gonna just draw a line across this whole thing, keeping it all together. And then I'm gonna measure 1 inch in from that, which is right here. And then do the same thing on this side, which is 1 inch right there. The vent now is right about 2 inches from that 1 inch mark, so it's about 2 inches in. So we're gonna go, we'll do like 1.15 or whatever. Just about that. And then same over here. Let me measure that again. Oh, it's it's like 2.15 or something along those lines. Whatever. 2.15. Right there. So now I'm going to trace these lines down. Alright, and now I'm going to take the Exacto knife and cut them out. And there's our top piece. So for the bottom part of the screen, it looks like it's about 8.75 inches across entirely. And I'm just going to kind of line it up and then trace out the middle, which should be about, let me just look at it a little closer. Well, I'm just going to go with an eyeball. I'm going to do this one between about 5.5 and 3.25. Those are going to be my marks. And I'm going to cut out a square so that I can make, that way I can make finger holes so that I can reach through the screen and push the buttons. Okay, so looking at our top card, this is the one that goes on top and it fills these holes and leaves the vents open. This one essentially comes down, and I wanted to flip it over. This is the length of the bottom of the piece, and I basically want to double that so I can fit my fingers in there. So, boom. 1, 2, double measure. And then I'm going to trace it from there to there. And from there to there. And then I'm going to cut this out. So I'm just scribbling in my old lines. I did a little bit of remeasuring just now off camera, and I lined it up with the cutting board so that way it's like perfectly straight. And just so I'm, kind of on board where I need to be. I don't want to make any real mistakes. I want this to look kind of good, kind of presentable. I am also kind of eyeballing this, and that's, you know, it's fine. Not like super worried about this. I just need it to work. And this is what it looks like from the bottom. That way I can put my 2 fingers in here, hit some stuff on the screen without any problems. So I tore up, so off camera I have some gaff tape, normal gaffer's tape, and I'm just going to put the sides together really quickly using gaff tape. That way I can kind of see where everything's going to go and kind of make decisions from there. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's really flimsy, right? And that's where this comes in. I'm gonna angle cut everything. So now, once it's angled on here with a hard piece of plastic, it won't have as much flex and won't be able to move. And now we have a hard box. So I just need to measure these out now. So here's the angled plastic that I had bought from Lowe's, and I'm just gonna measure it out. This has adhesive on both sides of it as well. So I'm just gonna make marks for where I need to cut it. I'm gonna use this and just scrape that. Should be about good. It's just a little hair shorter. You know what? I am gonna try and make it perfect. I really wasn't going to, but okay. Right there. Alright, so we figured out that the razor blade was just enough to scuff it, and then we used these scissors to cut it. This stuff isn't very hard to cut, but it's easier to cut with scissors when it flattens it out than to try and cut it with the knife. So I'm going to mark the second piece right now. And I'm going to do it again right here. And one more time for the fourth piece. And now I'm going to make the cut. Last piece. Now for the final part of my little experiment here, I'm going to start peeling these off, which is the double-sided tape on the inside of these. I'm going to start putting them together. There's one. Come on. Two. Make sure you press it in real good so it sticks. There we go. We have a solid box. Okay, so last little bit is to do the Velcro and figure out where we're going to put it. I think as of right now, I can put it just in the top dead center TDC, if you're a car guy, which would be right here. It's a snug fit. Everything's still on here. It's all pretty held together right now. It's exactly the way I need it. There's my fingers fitting through the hole. It's exactly where it needs to be. I can either drill a hole and put the screw in, because I have some extra tripod mount screws. That's the way they sell it. Or I can do Velcro, which I'm going to probably just do Velcro. So, I'm just going to figure this out, where I want to put it. Probably on the top. Boom. Once it's on here, that's it. I don't think there's going to be an issue. So I'm going to put the soft side. I'm going to put one right here. One right here. That way the tripod mount's still active, and in case you want to use it for anything, it's still like available. You can still get to it. All right, everything is in here. It's all lined up. I am going to paste these down now. I'm actually going to put it on this side. See what happens. I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of thinking maybe I can stretch it a little bit and then just smush it when I get into place. Pull up, push this in. Alright, it's sitting exactly where I want it. Everything looks good. And smush. There it is. I'm actually holding it right now with Velcro. And for the final touches, of course, one of our little sorcery ghosts. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed my little tutorial. I kind of blindly did this. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was trying my best to figure it out as I went along. I had the idea in my head. I knew I could do it. I just wasn't sure what was going to happen, but hopefully you enjoyed the DIY I just put together, and yeah, I mean, can't wait to shoot in the sun, and hopefully it works. So, do some day footage, test it all out, see what happens. I'm sure I can make a front screen and do like a little hole like the way that they have on the normal Ninjas. Like the actual ones that they sell, just so it's a smaller screen, you're like kind of looking through a dark area. But, you know, for now, this is what I came up with. I've got a ton more foam board if I need to do anything else, and hope it works out for you guys. And, oh yeah, by the way, this was less than 20 bucks, so it's $150 for the one they sell. It's like $170 or something for the small rig one. I mean, they both make great products, but I just wanted to put something together, maybe, you know, on a budget, because I'm kind of pinching pennies right now to see what, you know, try to put some more money into my 46 and finish my Evo up. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe, like, leave comments, let me know, and see you guys soon.